Hi, welcome, hello, bonjour und grüezi to today's episode of Governance Unplugged, where today we want to explore the new global internal audit standards which officially came into force on January 9th, 2025. I'm Thomas Michel, I'm your host with 25 years of experience in senior positions in internal audit and risk management for the Big Fours, and most recently as the head of internal audit, risk management and process improvement at the World Economic Forum. In the past few months, this topic was discussed at length in our communities. As I'm an accredited internal audit assessor and have executed multiple such reviews in the past, several Chief Audit Executive colleagues approached me recently asking for my opinion about the new standards. How much actually changes and how much effort will it take for me to put them into place and for me to be in conformance with the standards? Therefore, I thought this is a good opportunity to turn on the mic and address it in a short solo podcast for today to provide some clarity and share my very personal views on the new standards. So let's jump right into it. The standards make a significant evolution in the internal audit profession, providing a refreshed, principle-based framework to help audit functions deliver greater value. So today we're going to cover three main topics. Number one, why these changes matter. Number two, what's new? And third and last, and most importantly, how to implement them in a way that aligns with your organization's cultures, needs, and strategy. Number one, why the new standards matter. Internal auditing has undergone rapid transformation driven by increasing regulatory expectations, digitalization, and evolving risk landscapes. The standards are designed to modernize internal audit by making it more strategic, relevant, and adaptable. For heads of internal audit, risk managers, and board members, this means that internal audit must go beyond compliance and, this is very important, act as a value-adding function that supports decision-making and risk oversight. Number two, what is new in the new standards? The GIAS 2025 introduced 5 key shifts compared to the previous standards. Number one, it's a principle-based approach. The new standards move away from rigid rules and focus on core principles that allow for flexibility in different industries and organizational structures. This means internal audit functions can tailor their methodologies while still adhering to the professional expectations. Number two, stronger emphasis on strategy and culture. In internal audit, it's now expected to align its work with the organization's objectives, risk appetite, and corporate culture and define their very own strategy. This change pushes audit leaders to engage more deeply with the executive management and the board to ensure audit activities support strategic goals. Is this good? Yes, absolutely. Building a stronger relationship based on trust with your senior management and audit and risk committee is essential. If this hasn't happened in the past, now is the time to improve both the frequency and the quality of your interactions. Strengthening these exchanges will enhance collaboration, alignment, and ultimately the impact of your very own role. Number three, enhanced focus on technology and data-driven auditing. Recognizing the rise of artificial intelligence, automation, cybersecurity risks, the new standards place a strong emphasis on data analytics, digital risks, and IT governance. Internal audit teams are encouraged to use advanced analytics tools and take a more proactive approach to auditing technologies-driven risks, such as cyber security risks, artificial intelligence and automation risks, digital transformation risks, data governance and privacy risks, cloud computing and third-party risks, etc. Number four, a clearer expectation on governance and independence. The Chief Audit Executive role is now more explicitly defined to ensure a greater independence and directly reporting to the board or the audit committee. This means 1. Direct reporting of the Chief Audit Executive to the Chairman of the Audit and Risk Committee. 2. Annual confirmation of the organizational independence of the internal audit activities to the board, at least annually. And let me tell you right there, this is one of the findings that probably came up the most in the quality reviews, that this was not done on a yearly basis, or at least it was not done on a formal way and it was not signed off. So that's an easy one to get this ticked off whenever you're going to have a quality review of your internal audit. Number 3, internal audit charter, documenting the reporting relationships. And number 4, and the last point, the board must establish and protect the internal audit function's independence. And here, for the board members in the audience, and I know there is quite a few, so there is also more emphasis on the responsibilities of the board members in overseeing the internal audit function and their effectiveness. So now I think it's time, if you not already did this long time ago, get deeper into the purpose, the activities of your internal audit function. Look for having a closer connection, a closer communication with your head of internal audit to make sure their activities are aligned with your expectations and your needs for the success of the strategy of your firm. Number 5, stronger risk-based approach. While risk-based auditing has always been a best practice, the new standards make it an explicit requirement. Internal audit planning should now be fully aligned with the enterprise risk management, the ERM, and focus on the most critical risks to business success. Now let me share my personal take on this. It's a great advantage when the enterprise risk manager is managed within the same function as internal audit, even if it's handled by dedicated professionals. But the key, however, is proximity, both physically and operational. And while we're on the topic, internal controls and compliance should also be closely aligned. This function should remain distinct, especially in the case of compliance, which often requires specialized qualifications. However, close collaboration is absolutely essential. To make this work efficient, there must be a natural and structured exchange between this function. This can be achieved by either a physical proximity, sitting close together in the office, foster spontaneous collaboration, and regular exchange meetings, structured discussions ensuring alignment and shared understanding of risks and controls. And ultimately, the goal is to break down silos and create governance ecosystems where all assurance functions work together seamlessly without compromising their independence or objectivity to bring the best value for your organization. This is key. It's not always easy, I fully understand. That's where we all have to work towards to if you're not already there. Number 3, how to put the new standards into practice. While the new standards set a strong foundation, their true value depends on how you apply them in your organization. Here are 4 points to keep in mind. Number 1, align standards with organizational strategy. Every organization has unique risks and priorities. Your internal audit function should embed the new standards in a way that supports your business's goal rather than just checking conformance boxes. This means working closely with leadership and ensuring audit objectives align with corporate strategy. Number 2, adapt to your organizational culture. The way internal audit is positioned must fit within the company's culture, where it's a highly regulated environment or a more agile, innovative organization. The new standards allow room for customization, so it's up to the audit leaders to find the right balance between adherence and adaptability. Number 3, leverage the new standards as a guide, not as a constraint. These standards are here to support and not to restrict the internal audit function. By embedding professional methodologies while staying flexible, audit teams can and shall become trusted advisors rather than just compliance enforcers. And number 4, and the last point, enhance internal audit operational effectiveness. The new standards encourage a more structured, professional, and impactful approach to internal audit. By refining internal audit methodology and investing in people, processes, and technology, organizations can strengthen audit efficiency and credibility. To sum up the new standards, it's not just an update, it's a catalyst for transformation, and I can't stress it enough. Take it as an opportunity for you to grow and make your team and your function even better and become a great trusted business partner within your organization. It presents a unique opportunity to elevate the role of internal audit, enhance its strategic relevance, and drive meaningful impact within your organization. By embracing these changes thoughtfully, we can ensure that internal audit remains not just a compliance function, but a true value creator. It reinforces principles over prescriptive rules. It ensures alignment with strategy, risk, and culture, and it emphasizes independence, governance, and data-driven auditing. But at the end of the day, the success of these standards depends on how we bring them into life in our unique business environments. The new global internal audit standards are a framework. How we apply and implement it is what truly makes the impact. Thank you for tuning in to this episode, and if you would like to discuss further, please do not hesitate to contact me via the email address as mentioned in the podcast notes. If you find this podcast valuable, here is a little ask for you. Subscribe to the Governance Unplugged podcast on your favorite podcast platform so you never miss an episode. 2. Share this podcast with your colleagues and peers who might benefit from these discussions. And 3. Provide a 5-star review on your podcast platform, which will greatly help to invite and attract great interview guests to the show in the future. Join the conversation. If there's a topic you would like to be covered or a guest you would love to hear from, feel free to contact me via LinkedIn or via our webpage www.keystone-governance.ch. Together, let's build stronger, more resilient organizations, one conversation at a time. Thank you for tuning in into this episode of Governance Unplugged. Until next time, stay curious, stay informed, and keep driving governance excellence.